Good morning. Good morning. That's
Morning,
what
happy Friday.
Happy Friday. I was telling Rochelle this is my seventh Friday out of just this week. I've been out of work for 111 days. I think um, I've been counting, and it's getting harder and harder to stay engaged every day, especially with um, how challenging it is to live in our world and our country right now. So that said, go down and then right back up. So I asked Rochelle, she's like, oh, typical Angie. I asked Rochelle about a half an hour ago to come with her hype song or if there's a pump song or and then I was also finding out if I could play something without getting YouTube, getting it taken down, and basically I was told no. So we can talk about the lyrics, we can talk about why or the energy, but unfortunately, they'll have to look up the songs themselves. So did you bring a hype song or a pump song?
I did. It's I'm That Girl by Beyonce.
I'm That Girl by Beyonce. So
Yes.
what's the why is that, or when is that your go-to song? And do you just kind of hear it and break out, or do you go to it and seek it out in certain times?
Um, that is my go-to song when I'm not only feeling down, but when I'm feeling like I'm being challenged, when I feel like I'm being put in the corner. Also just when I feel like imposter syndrome may set in, that's just my go-to song. Even when I'm doing great, that song pumps me up. And when I'm in a good mood, because it just makes me feel like I'm that girl. So yes.
You
Do
are
you
that
have you
girl.
heard the song, Angie?
I don't listen to it. I'm sure I have, so I'm gonna listen to it um when we hang up because I cheated. I already sent you mine, and you already know I'm gonna fix this light real
So
quick.
basically the song talks about like, okay, let me read a little bit of the lyrics. He's talking about it's not the diamonds, it's not the pearls, I'm that girl. So without the diamonds, without the pearls, I'm still that girl. It's not my man, it's not my stance, it's not my job. I'm still that girl. Like touching everything in my plain view and everything next to me gets lit up too. So it's just like you're just that girl. Yeah. You're that girl, you know? From the
That is
top of the
a
morning, from the top of the morning, I shine right through the blinds, touching everything in my plain view, and everything next to me gets lit up too.
And I
Yes.
bet when she sings that, you get even more
Oh, it's my
revved
song.
up.
Yeah. The beginning of the song, you got to hear it.
Now, do you how often would you say you go to that song?
Well, I'm a Beehive fan, so
Mm, all the
what?
time. It's in the
Oh,
rotation, as they
oh,
say.
yes.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing that. I will definitely check that out. And it brings up a reminder to me. I had done a project with my team at the last firm that we worked for. And one of the projects I gave them was to write me a mixtape. And I need to go back and listen to the recordings and the notes because you know how me and my memory is, but something I'm always triggered by, something, and then that makes me remember something else. And I'm pretty sure that song was on my mixtape that the team did for me because I also remember saying that I hadn't heard it and that I wasn't a big Beyonce listener. So
Oh.
I'm gonna have to go check that because for me that's a sign maybe of maybe I need to expand my horizons, listen to some
Yeah.
Beyonce.
Okay.
So I fluctuate, it just depends on where I am and what I hear. And my cousins that I've spoken about before, one of them's husband owns a set of gyms in DC, and gym people, they know all kinds of good hype and pump music, and he's gotten me into like country pop. And there's a song by Bailey Zimmerman about
A genre, country pop.
country pop or rising country or today's country or
Oh, okay.
crossover country. Because there's some like Shabuzi does music with like Luke Combs and Jelly Roll does songs with,
Is
there's
that
a
not just
whole,
country?
right. Yep.
I think I'm
It's
confused. Are you breaking down the genres of country? And I may be
no,
ignorant.
that sort of like, that sort of genre, yeah, where sort of country and pop crossover and kind of like back in the old days, like back in the 60s. And so they had rockabilly, which was like rock with hillbilly music. And so you have sort of this, country pop where rap stars are crossing over, like, and pop stars are crossing over, like Shabuzi and
But
Jelly Roll.
Shabuzi is I I thought he was a country artist.
Who?
Shabuzi.
Yes, but he's a mixture of genres.
Are you
He's a
sure?
mixture, huh?
Are you sure?
I wouldn't say he's a pure country. Well, prove me wrong. Is Shabuzi
Yeah, Shabuzi is considered a country artist, though he's known for unique genre bending sounds that blend.
unique genre bending? That's the word I didn't have.
Okay, so but he's still a country artist, and we're gonna give that to him. He's a country artist.
He is a very fine black country artist. And
Okay.
that's, this is funny because when I came on, I was like, Rochelle and I are such a yin and yang, and it's not because I'm white and she's black.
Uh, not-
I am detailed, she is precise. So if you don't know the difference between precise and detailed,
uh,
this is our relationship. You're seeing it in full swing. And I told Rochelle I was going to come on today and thank her with something, and we're just naturally getting to it. Rochelle is about structure and accountability and preciseness, and she
I know I
is
get on your nerves asking you all these pre-show questions. You're like, oh, that girl,
no,
is she just
no,
not?
because so Rochelle asked me between last week and this week for a show run, a structure, and it's great because my brain is like it's like microwave popcorn of ideas and innovations. Like I could jump literally from this to, some kind of philosophical discussion about it doesn't matter really, grapes, different colored grapes or different shaped fruit. But Rochelle has been my rock through this. And it's not like I think Rochelle was just dying to, use her free time to live out my dreams, but she, I think, believed in what I was saying. And she, for whatever reason, and it's not for me to draw out, but she saw the creativity in me and she saw the ability to help me. And I appreciate you for asking me for that structure, So if Rochelle is for hire. Rochelle allows the creative, she doesn't want to impede on the creative, but she says if I'm going to take part, I need certain, structure, and that's exactly what you want in a project manager. And I am shamelessly self-promoting. I had a friend tell me from the first podcast, stop apologizing. So, all right, I don't even know how long have we been talking? How long do we have left? I have no idea.
Okay,
Um,
we have 27 minutes left.
27 minutes. Okay, well that was good. So the reason why we talked about these songs is because, as I mentioned, Rochelle is for hire and so am I. Um, but we have links all over the place. You all know how to find us on LinkedIn. I don't need to do a self promo here. It's not what that's about. What we want to try to do is drive out some information that is not transparent into the job market today by talking about why it's tough. What are all the certain things that have been adding up and creating layers of an onion that we're all having trouble getting out of? So the rejection and the silence and the grind, in that song that mine was Backup Plan by Bailey Zimmerman. Um, it's not just about surviving, it's about finding, that spark and that fit and that rhythm. And our backup plan, mine and Rochelle's backup plan, this podcast is a backup plan. It shows our ability to organize. It shows our ability that despite our differences, we can work well together. Um, we have common goals in mind, that we communicate about. There's certain roles that I take on as a self-selector. So this podcast is our backup plan. And I think it changes daily. It's changed quite a bit since we, first joked about it. But there's just no giving up. And that's the one thing that Rochelle and I do. If you nail down a day in the life and both of us and ask for a theme, it's we haven't given up on any opportunity that we're willing that we get joy or happiness out of, whether it's our project management or program management or raising our children or whatever we're innovating. And so Rochelle, does that resonate with you, like what you go through day in and day out, some of what you hear in your song? Or I sent you my song, but does any of what I said resonate to you?
Absolutely. So I'm reading the lyrics. I didn't get time to listen to it, but I'm reading the lyrics now and I'm like trying not to break down and cry. This is so dope. Now I gotta go back and listen to it. Like these are lyrics. Bailey, you did that, okay? Or whoever wrote it. Luke, which one of y'all? Great. I love these lyrics. I gotta go listen.
And you
But yeah,
really, and when you watch it live, and he's pounding, they recorded the video, the official video is live, and you just still get that energy. If you got a point to prove it.
oh, I'm sorry. Songwriters is Tucker. I want to give credit where credit is due. Tucker, Jimmy, and John. Thank you for your work.
Thank you for writing that song.
Yes.
And that is the preciseness that hopefully will keep me from getting sued. I at least did the thing that I didn't play the actual song, but there'd be nothing cooler than, coming in new style with an anthem. But
Can't
maybe
wait to
maybe
listen.
this will get to Bailey and he'll gift me with something. You never know. But
Please do, Bailey.
those in terms in terms of your day in and day out, what I described as developing a backup plan. And I do a lot of silly things during the day to keep my mind occupied. But what are some of the things that, Rochelle, tactics and things that you've been trying to do to keep yourself present and in the forefront of people's minds and out in new networks? What are some of the things that you're doing outside of this podcast?
I am actually trying to, well, I am. I'm not going to say trying because trying is not a word in my vocabulary. I am taking on new clients, whether there's different businesses or organizations to work with them. And I'm doing coaching for like a mid career project managers as well, or people who is interested in project and program management. I've been networking my tail off just to put my face out there and put my name out there. Like, I'm sure you can tell from my LinkedIn, like, God, that girl is everywhere. You're darn skippy because I need some income, okay? Bill's not gonna pay itself. So that's what I've been doing and like just trying to find joy in the different moments. I know this morning, like I was not in a mood, Angie. I was gonna tell you, hey, can we reschedule this? Because I'm just in a shitty mood and I'm just not with it right now. But you know what? I went, put on my makeup, got fully dressed, had my Bloom energy drink, and I say, you know what? I'm gonna have a great day. I'm not gonna let my thoughts consume me. I uh, put on my diffuser so I can get a little energy uplift, lit some candles, open the blinds, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna go down the rabbit hole today. I refuse to let myself to go down the rabbit hole. There's so much to be thankful for because I could be off words. I could be homeless right now, I could be just starving for.
Literally anything.
Yes, and just just find grace and give myself grace and just find the beauty in the moment and just sticking in the moment and not worrying about what lies ahead. Like, of course, we're both out of work. Okay, we know that. Everybody knows that now. America and beyond knows that by now.
I'm a
However,
hustler. I'm just gonna say, I'll tell you what I told my cousin's husband. He was like, "Go on, champion." I'm like, "I'm a hustler, Chase. I'm a
yeah, I
hustler at the
mean,
end of the day."
I have two mouths to feed. Everybody know I has a set of twins, boy, girl. And, you know, I'm just out here trying to make things work. I'm doing different things to do, to have income coming in. And I'm not giving up. I'm believing that I should reap my harvest. That's just
So
it.
I'm gonna rewind for a second. We we don't work to feed our kids. We had children so that we could work and show them, or at least I did, that I could show them, how to live and engage your brain. And so when I work, it's because it's part of who I am, and it's part of what defines me, and I know that it's a big part of what defines you as well. And I mean, I have one this in the most expensive college in Texas, public. And so, I need to work too, but the desperate reason why I need to work more so than money, because I mean, I see people doing with a lot less, but it's my mental health.
Hmm.
And I know enough about you to know that in order for us to feel healthy, we need to be a part of something bigger. And I know that you're not doing something bigger just in terms of getting a paycheck. You're volunteering.
Yep.
You are learning golf. You're
And
there for
pickleball.
other women like me. You're always, linking on LinkedIn. You're always out in your community. And Rochelle lives in a beautiful community out in south of Charlotte, near where my boyfriend lives. And so I know what I'm talking about. Uh, you know, and Rochelle comes from a beautiful family, of beautiful people, and she has a big support system around for her. And we both know that one of those areas that she's making an impact on is going to reap rewards for her. And
It's
it
going.
may not look like what everybody's looking for on LinkedIn and looking for wherever they're searching or causing problems, but it's going to look like what Rochelle wants it to look like.
Yeah.
And I am just proud and happy of the fact that I'm on the downward slope in my career. I've already hit the executive ceiling so many times. I've got a flat head. Um, but I am happy that I get the opportunity to use my backup plan and my backup time going into my downward slope into retirement to lift Rochelle up and
So,
to
Angie,
how to.
answer this question for me.
Yeah,
If you could wake up and do one thing every day, regardless of pay, what would it be? What would it be the thing that make you satisfied and happy to do?
smoke weed. what I mean, what I'm doing now,
The
I
podcast?
podcast, I garden, I have pets. I mean, I would I would love to make an impact somewhere with children. Um, and in some way, shape, or form. I started out in my early career um, working with children, and I didn't think that over the course of a career that I could literally lock myself in a classroom with 20 to 25 children and be happy with that. And so I've gone out, I've changed the world. I've been at Toyota doing safety systems. I've been with education doing educational systems and improving quality in pharmacy and healthcare. And I really want to get back um, to shaping and letting youth know that there's hope and there's ways then tools that they can give themselves to organize themselves around this world and be self-healing and not rely on unhealthy mechanisms and coping skills in order to problem solve. And I had a discussion with a teacher on my daughter's special education team. Um, she's going through an evaluation, and I told her, empathy is not something that you can teach, but when you model it early, I'm almost like, don't have a chess club, have an empathy club. And I would love to start an empathy club I'd love to go into an elementary school and be something to them. I don't know what you call it. I don't know, what to apply for. That's my problem. Um, but I
So
would
this
like
is
to
today.
impact the youth, the youth in our world. It's not just here, but anywhere.
So this is what I would say to the Angie. If that will fulfill you and make you happy, why aren't you doing it? Like, what's stopping you?
I don't know where to do it.
Well, you can start by being a substitute teacher and then easing your way into the educational system. We need more people like you in our educational system.
I don't have a bachelor's degree, and so they won't take me. So I have
They
actually,
That would take you as a sub, right? While you're in there, right? You can kind of work on getting an associate's from associates to a bachelor degree. Like there's ways to go around. Or this is my mind just thinking, you can start doing going to different schools and say, hey, I'm starting this program and I'm doing a test pilot. It's free for children. I will come in, certain classes, like if you were, I don't know what classes they have now, but certain classes I will come and speak about this all for free, whatever. Just kind of like test it out and grow it from there. Apply for grants. You apply for grants, you get the funding. Your funding, you can use it to the schools. You can use it for your business. Yeah, you know.
wow, consider me educated right here, right now. Um, and I'm almost like, oh God, Rochelle's like, why aren't you doing that? I'm in trouble. No, but I want to know. I am mid flight. I'll say this and then we'll wrap up. I am mid flight on a Plano ISD application. I started this week and it got to a video and I paused and I was like, do I want to do a video? Because I did a video interview last week and I got a rejection. And, it's in my head. But I wanted to tell you that I went through the Plano ISD because that's where my daughter goes and both my children go. And I have a lot of connections there, not because it matters, but they're just really special people. And I did. So, all right, I keep getting warnings that like I have till the 17th to do the video, part of the interview for Plano ISD. So, like Stefan on SNL. So this is awesome. This was an awesome transition into. So let's recap the songs. So Rochelle, tell them again your song.
My song is I'm That Girl by Beyonce Knowles Carter.
And did she write it? Let's give credit.
Oh, hold on. Let me look it up because we love to give credit. Okay. Who wrote it? Full lyrics. Excuse me. Songwriters Mike G. Dean. Beyonce did write some of the song. Okay, Beyonce Giselle Knowles and Tommy Wright. There's a lot of people on here. Kelman and Terrius, Terrarius. I'm sorry, I butchered your name.
Tiberius,
No, it's Terius, Terrius, Terius.
Tarius. Well,
Hey,
maybe he'll
baby,
comment.
thank you
Let's
for
tag
writing
him.
the song. But yeah, she did write some of that song. Hmm,
So I want to dance with somebody was mine. Whitney Houston. I have actually have a song, a story about that song that maybe we can tell another show.
okay.
That was written by George Merrill and Shannon Rubicam. the pop songwriting duo known as Boy Meets Girl. And
Oh,
they also wrote How Will I Know because they kind of have the similar beats. And then I think we can guess who wrote Backup Plan, but let's see. Jim Bell, John Sherwood, and Tucker Berthard. Beathard. See? And we get this Texas, DC, North Carolina, Kakalaki. We don't even know what we're. You should hear us pronounce some global names. It's quite funny. All right, we're going to end this. Rochelle, thank you for showing up today. I mean, like showing up. You showed up for me today, and I appreciate
played
that.
the part today, like, you know.
And we had sort of a trip up coming into this recording. We were both ready to call it a day and we charged through. And I would say, I think this is our best episode yet. So we need to get some music going in here somehow, some way. So I've got that to
Anyone
work
want
on
to
for
donate
next week.
music?
Uh,
I said, anyone want to donate music to us?
donate music or we're going to have to get out some MIDI files. All right. Good luck to everyone on the job market. Please post your questions if you see us on LinkedIn. We will try to incorporate guests or at least questions here in the next month or so as we if we get that producer onto that. But thank you, everyone. Post question to us, reach out to us. We're both happy to help anyone in any situation. So thanks for joining us today.
Yeah.
Bye, Rochelle.
See ya.